We're joined today on the bridge by First Aid Kit, Clara and Johanna Soderberg, who have a new album, Palomino, coming out November 4th. We are so excited about it. It's their fifth studio album, and it's just you have to be excited too, right? Send this stuff out into the world.
Very excited. Can't wait.
It has been a while. So let's talk about Out of My Head, that lead single. You all did something very unusual this time. It's a co-write, which you haven't done a lot of. It's kind of actually rare to be into your fifth album and not have co-writes all over the place. So this one was with Bjorn and John. So how did that even happen? How did that come to be?
Someone that Bjorn is someone we've talked about, we wanted to work with for a long time, and I think we've talked to him as well. We actually toured with Peter, Bjorn, and John in 2009.
It's like one of our first tours.
Yeah,
and then we opened for Licky Lee, who he wrote a lot of songs with.
And he's produced like all of our records.
So we're big fans, and we felt like if we were ever to write with someone else, he would be the first pick.
Yes.
And I don't know, I just think we were ready to try something new for this record.
For sure.
But we're really proud that we wrote all the other songs ourselves.
Well, the co-write seems to have gone pretty well, because my understanding is that this one just sort of came out. It came really quickly.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah, we actually wrote 2 songs that day.
On the first day.
Record. Yeah, they're on the record. So
Nobody Knows, and then Out of My Head. So
well, you all have been so, and especially as your career has gone on, you've been so confessional, and you've been you've opened yourself up in your songs, and so this one is sort of when you sing about difficulty, I guess we shouldn't be surprised when we hit a song about trying to get the thoughts out of your head.
Mm-hmm. Nope. No. True. Yeah.
So let's talk about the video. It's John Lester from did the video for you, and he's based out of LA, and of course you all are out of Sweden. How did you find yourself in Dublin for this shoot?
Jason.
Jason
Lester.
He actually wanted to go there. Because we didn't want to shoot in LA, because we didn't want to fly over to do a video. We wanted to be somewhere in Europe, and he suggested Dublin, and we just thought, wow, that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. It's so pretty,
so beautiful, that Irish countryside.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recommend it, but you can actually watch that video with the sound down.
I wouldn't do that.
No, I would not. God, no. Personally, no. But that's very sweet. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So the video seemingly has been compared, at least stylistically, to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Was that something that you all set out to do? Something that was recognized after the fact?
No, that's what we wanted to do. It's actually my favorite film.
Yeah,
and we wanted to go to Montauk, where that was shot, and do it, but we didn't have time.
Yeah.
But it just fits so well with the theme of the song, like trying to escape from your head and your memories, and that's kind of the theme of the film as well.
Mm-hmm.
Our guests today on the bridge, First Aid Kit, Clara and Johanna Soderberg, who have just dropped 2 songs so far from the new album Palomino, which we get in full on November 4th. The very first taste we got was Angel. And again, this is another First Aid Kit song where we just feel like you have poured yourself into these songs, right?
Yeah. We can't help ourselves.
It's always, the difficulty of life is always such a rich vein to tap. But I've always also felt like you all had this yearning, this longing to find a way somewhere, somehow, sometime to write a truly happy song. This one is at least hopeful.
Yeah,
I feel like it depends on, like, some listeners find it really sad, and some find it really cheerful. It's kind of all over the place. To us, it's definitely a song about accepting yourself and accepting other people, and that seems like a positive Although the first line, what's the first line? It's like, I've been afraid all of my life. You know what?
Yeah.
Quite dark.
So do you think you'll ever write one that's truly happy? Just unabashedly.
Well, I'd say that there's one specific song on the record that is actually pretty happy. Like, it's a love song. I mean, there's some longing, but it's not.
It's a fun, happy love song.
Yeah, which is very strange for us. But
well, we love happy, sad. We love when the lyrics are really sad and then the music is happy, and that contrast. Like, I think that, that's something you find in country music so much, and I love it.
Yeah.
Like, there's more than one layer to it.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, like, if you don't relate to these songs, well, then you're just simply not alive, right? I mean, it's like it's like the difficulty of life is certainly a shared experience. And so these songs come in and they have such meaning. But of course, as fans of the band, we also want the two of you to be completely happy all of the time. So it's a bit of a dichotomy. One of the things that I was really happy to see when I watched the video for Angel was the integration of the visual themes that you've established with this record. And I don't know her work, but you worked with Lisa Sander. And like, who else has ever had outfits that matched the pattern of the vinyl?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, we're so just thrilled and grateful, like, that we got to do that with her. She's an incredible designer, and she reached out and wanted to do this for us. And
we really wanted the cover to be like an homage to nudie suits, to country suit, like that kind of outfit that Grandpa Parsons, who we love, always wore. But also kind of have a mix of ABBA in there, some Swedish touch to it.
Yeah. And then just have the motifs on our suits, and like, we're gonna make some new ones as well. Like she read through all of our lyrics, all of our past lyrics, and all the lyrics on this new record, and so it all has meaning, which is really cool.
It's so funny, but I've always wanted a nudie suit too. But the thing that's held me back is, like, where would I ever wear it? It's like I'm not on stage, and it's just, it would be a very bold statement to get a nudie suit and just walk down the street.
Wear one around the house.
Yeah, I'm sure my wife would absolutely love that. I have to say, we're just so excited to have as our guest today First Aid Kit, Clara and Johanna Soderberg, fifth studio album Palomino, out November 4th. So we can circle that date on the calendar. That first album that you did with the big black and the blue was recorded in Sweden with your dad producing. A big inspiration for the band was Bright Eyes. So the next couple of albums had to be an experience with Mike Mogus of Bright Eyes serving as a producer. Then Ruins with Tucker Martin. But this time, for the first time in like 12 years, you're back in Sweden. What led to that decision?
The pandemic. We always want to go to America to record. But we couldn't do it this time. We were stuck.
Yeah,
home.
But it turned out to be a really lucky thing. Like, we got to work with Daniel, who is just the best. Like, he's such
Daniel Bengtsson,
who produced the record with us. He is so enthusiastic, like a total like musical genius. Can play any instrument and just has like a million ideas, and we love them all. And it was a really joyous experience. And I don't know, that might have not happened if we hadn't been restricted,
It's so funny because I think that overall you look at the pandemic and you just see all of the losses, and personally, I'm still mourning John Prine as an example, But for all of the stresses and strains and losses, there were some things. I'm sure that you all kind of appreciated the opportunity to take a forced break. And it also afforded you time both for the writing and for the recording of this record too.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was both, there were some benefits to it for sure. Lots. And like, Clara, you were burnt out.
Yeah.
And like, it was good for you to get like a real proper break. Like, we wouldn't have taken like 3-year break.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
So I think it was really good for you.
No fear of missing out.
Exactly.
For sure. No FOMO, and also no pressure from anyone, because there was nothing to do. You know, I think that would have been hard for me. I think just like knowing when you're ready yourself can be hard. You know, it can be tricky to know. And I think if you know, you had been like, oh, let's go out, let's play. Like it would have been harder for me. Like I feel like I could have played like shows earlier than maybe I would have been ready for. You know, so I think
it was really healthy.
You know, when you were touring that last record, it was sort of a constant theme in the interviews that you did, that the next record was going to be a departure. Did you get where you wanted to go?
Yeah,
I think so.
We definitely did.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be even happier. It's still quite sad, but
I don't know.
That's just who we are, and there's what's interesting about writing just a happy record, you know.
I don't think that's
like it's very joyous in the music as well. Like the whole process was so full of joy. Yeah, and it was like a return to music after such a long break, and I feel like you just feel it in the songs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
and there's so much hope in it.
Well,
it's a lot less like self-deprecating, which I think Ruins was. Like looking back at it now, just like us being very hard on ourselves, and I don't think that's happening as much on this record.
Well, even the album title Palomino is a metaphor for freedom and independence.
Exactly.
We're finally free.
Whatever that means.
I don't know what that means, but
on that hopeful note, unfortunately, we're out of time. I could talk to you all forever and a day. But it's such a blessing to get a chance to visit with you. And our guests today on the bridge, First Aid Kit, Clara and Johanna Soderberg, and cannot tell you how much we are looking forward to Palomino out November 4th.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Don.
First Aid Kit today on the bridge. You all are great. We love you very much.